morning, 5 a.m. Lemon. Sports fans, what a first week of World Cup action we have feasted on. The tiny volcanic island of Cape Verde almost blew their top against the pre-tournament favourites, Spain. Then Belgium thought they had conquered Africa once again, but the Egyptians said, don't even think about it. And then, of course, last night, Messi did messy things. Today, there's more. I could explode, just like the Cape Verde volcanic islands. We have Austria versus Jordan. Now, I don't have the scouting report on Jordan, but he must be a pretty good player if he's playing against a whole country. And then the star-studded Portuguese take on the Congolese. They'll be hoping to Kinshasa their way to victory. Next up, it's the three lines of England versus Croatia. Now, will the English be too chill, or will they mercilessly put down the old dogs of Modric et al. In the old Croatian team there? And the evening games, we have Ghana versus Panama. Now, I think the Ghanaians are favourite, but I wouldn't bet my hat on it. And lastly, the very last game tonight is Uzbekistan versus Colombia. And who'll win that one? Who'll win that one? Now, guys, as you know, at the 5 a.m. Lemon Sports Show, we are huge advocates of hydration. And that's why I'm a huge proponent of the hydration breaks that FIFA have brought in. I believe they have listened to the groundswell of support we have gained on the 5 a.m. Lemon Show, and it went away. It went a ways for FIFA board to introduce the hydration breaks. So with that said, in honor of solidarity, we will too be taking hydration breaks, 2 of them throughout the show, and please stay hydrated. You've all heard the chatter about how bad AI data centers are. It's bad for the environment, it takes away our drinking water, it creates noise pollution. But what if AI data centers are actually really good? Sometimes you just gotta make sacrifices for progress. Our ancestors would easily give up a week of water for the convenience of knowing the correct placement of a comma, the convenience of finding a restaurant in 5 seconds quicker than it took you to do on the old internet, and the coolness of creating absolutely hilarious art. AI data centers, actually really good. And we come to jokes, folks. A bit of a hodgepodge today. I do try to keep the jokes to the games today, but it's a bit of hodgepodge. Gary was relaxing at home, watching the Saudi Arabia versus Uruguay game the other night, and he sent this. And people have said UEFA don't have a sense of humor. Then how do you explain putting Saudi Arabia in the same group as a team called You Are Gay? Okay, Gary. And then news just in. The Ayatollah has been assassinated. Gary says, Ayatollah? I hardly know her. Very good there, Gary. And then, okay, this one comes in from John, who says, Iran got a scrappy draw the other night against New Zealand, but could things go from Islamabad to Islam or worse for the Iranians as they take on mighty Belgium on Sunday? Okay. Next up, this one from JD, who says, I don't understand people's problem with smaller nations qualifying for the World Cup who have no chance of winning it. England have been doing it for decades. Great stuff from JD there. And next one from Andy W. Shout out Andy W there. Why are the Canadians so sad that Russia aren't in the World Cup? Because they love poutine. Poutine. Bit of geopolitics there, mixed with a culinary joke. Next, this one comes from a woman. Women can send in jokes. Franny in Julia Tutweller Prison in Arkansas says Bruno Fernandes has almost 3 times the number of goal involvements as the next best player last season in Europe, which is a great thing to say to your wife as you watch the love drain from her eyes. Kind of impressed with that from yeah, great stuff, Franny there. A couple of unrelated World Cup messages came in this week. We thought we'd get them in under the line. And this one from Johnny B says, this week Elon Musk became the world's first ever trillionaire. And I became the world's first person to invent in my mind the tiny world of the Goosh Goosh and their cute little inhabitants, the Gooshie, and their dark overlord Moot Moot, who viciously killed them all. Johnny B there. Great stuff. Next, this one comes from Jimbo in McPherson Unit, Arkansas, doing 2 years for cyberbullying. Jimbo says, a Scottish man has walked from Los Angeles to Boston to help raise awareness of men's mental health. Yeah, I can't think of a better message to men with mental health issues than walking the entire length of the United States on your own. Great stuff. Then we're going to do our last one today from Chuck, who refuses to watch a minute of soccer, who says, what do you call a guy who drinks alone and has no friends? Bud Light. Great stuff. And with that, it's time for our second hydration break. Folks, today's episode was brought to you in conjunction with Chad's Cuddles, the home for online stuffed animals. No more woke teddy bears. Chad's Cuddles is 100% made in America by Americans. For too long, the woke toy market has shoved animals from frankly lesser countries down our throats and told us that our native, beautiful creatures are disgusting and worthless, like the possum, who in reality is a very smart, adaptable creature and one of the most adaptable on the planet. So, celebrate America by picking up Pete. You got one, Josh? Pete, by picking up Pete the Possum, and get Pete the Possum from Chad's Cuddles, and get 10% off your first order there if you use the hashtag or code at checkout. 5 a.m. Lemon Sports Show World Cup, FIFA World Cup 2026, Chad's Cuddles deal. And so there you go. Thank you very much from our friends at Chad's Cuddles. And now it's time for our World Cup moment. Each day we bring you a World Cup moment. Now, unfortunately for rights reasons, and we are currently in the process of talking to our good friends at FIFA about showing you the actual moment. But in the meantime, our producer Chad has actually taken the time to draw the World Cup moment for us. And today it is Roger Milla. Yes, baby. Remember, he did that fantastic stuff at the 1990 World Cup. He did a little dance when he put the ball past Higuita, who later became famous for the scorpion kick in Wembley. And who can forget the World Cup moment of Roger Milla? Now, we haven't put a request out for artwork, but if you do want to send your artwork, you are absolutely free to do that. We got this one from Bobby, who is up there in New Hampshire managing a McDonald's, and that ties into our next sponsorship deal, the great McDonald's restaurants. And he did this lovely drawing. Bobby, who's a manager of McDonald's in New Hampshire, the 5 a.m. Lemon Show FIFA World Cup edition. Now, he wanted us to use that as the title intro. We already have the top class intro done, but we do appreciate your artwork. Maybe we'll put it up in the studio, Chad. Maybe we'll see about that. And I am very excited about this next partnership. It's with the fast food chain of, you might have heard of it, McDonald's. And they are doing World Cup meals, and you can get yourself one of 9 exclusive World Cup souvenir cups with a Big Mac meal or a nugget meal. There you have it. And you get one of and the good people there have sent me a couple of them, the good folks at McDonald's, hoping to get a few more maybe in the post. But I'm opening these live, one of 9 stars of the World Cup, and I'm hoping for David Beckham. Let's open it up here, folks, and see what we have. And we have that's interesting. It's Grimace. I didn't think that was a... Okay, well, we have the second one here. I didn't think that was an option. I thought it was, you get, I'm sure it'll be in here, Zidane. You've got Ronaldinho. You've got Ronaldo. You've got David Beckham. All the stars of yesteryear are here in your World Cup meal. And Charlie, don't follow me. That's 2. It's 2 Grimace. So unfortunately, you cannot tell before they're in these packages. So if you're watching, guys, at McDonald's, send more to 5am HQ. Thank you very much. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I am loving it. Okay, and with that said, it's competition time. I could not be more excited about this. You have got the opportunity to watch the World Cup final with yours truly and a selection of my very, very good friends. Believe me, you don't want to miss this out. All you got to do to enter the competition, the winner will be picked from random, is write in the comments under YouTube, write the comment, watch with the stars, all caps locks, watch with the stars. Watch with the stars. And we'll pick a random name to watch the World Cup final with yours truly, Steve Duffy, at 5am Lemon Show headquarters. Now, drum roll, I'll be watching with my good friends. This doesn't get better than this, folks. Jeff Cameron, ex-US men's national team, Jeff Cameron. Jelly Roll, of course, the Grammy Award-winning Jelly Roll, my brother. I love him, great guy. Jelly Roll, he's overcome so much in his life. And then Kylie Kelce, of course. Which one's that? The sister. Oh, fuck's sake. Kylie Kelce, James Corden, and the one and only Steve Wilkos. So again, to enter the competition, write in the comments, watch with the stars. But for your chance to watch the World Cup final with me, I'll have great snacks. I'm known for my snacks. I come in clutch with pizza at all the parties. Now, for the predictions for today, let's go through it. Now, my predictions are, we got Austria, Jordan. I'm going to say, remember I said France will win the World Cup? And they're looking good. My predictions for today, Austria will beat Jordan 3-1. Portugal will beat Congo 4-0. England will beat Croatia 2-1. Uzbekistan will lose to Colombia 2-0. And that's today's show. Join me tomorrow, 5am, for your 5am Lemon Show FIFA World Cup 2026.